Everyone. It's nice to see you all. I suppose everybody will leave after we recognize Echo. But it's nice to see everyone. And neighbors are in the room. Should be a nice evening. I'd like to call the meeting of Thursday, April 17th, 2025. Call the meeting to order. Christy, if you would call the roll, please.
Absolutely. Trustee Kunkel?
Here.
Trustee Bancole? Here. Trustee Priegi? Here. Trustee Albuck?
Here.
Trustee Porter? Present. And Trustee Gutierrez?
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, Bernie, we need to read the,
Right, so it's my understanding, the village president has asked me to indicate that a notice was received by Lisa Gutierrez, a member of the village board, in accordance with the rules. The member is deemed authorized to attend the meeting electronically unless a motion objecting to the member's electronic attendance is made, seconded, and approved by a majority of the members of the village board physically present at the meeting. If no such motion is made and seconded, or if any such motion fails to receive the requisite vote of the members of the village board present, then the request by the member to attend the meeting electronically is deemed approved by the corporate authorities, and if no such motion is made and so on, the mayor will declare the requesting member present.
hearing no objection, I declare the member present. And moving on with our, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. We have a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second.
I'd like to pull item
787,
And I'd like to pull 782.
782,
And I'd like to pull 784 off of consent.
78 which?
4.
4.
4.
Okay. Trustee Lisa Gutierrez is online and present, correct?
Is she?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Very good. Acceptance of the agenda. We have our withdrawals. Christie, call the roll.
So that is the items on the, this is the, to approve the agenda?
Yeah.
Consent, yeah.
Yeah, this, okay. To accept the agenda
Yes.
is this vote.
Very good.
Yes.
All right.
Are you going to read them or you want me to call roll?
Moving on to presentations.
No, I got to call roll.
You got a what?
This is to approve 7A1, 7A3, 7A5.
No, 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 this is
7
item
and 6.
number 3 on the agenda, is that correct, that we're on, or are we beyond?
We've already accepted the agenda. Trustee Priegi motioned and Trustee Albeck second. They removed 7A7, 7A2, and 7A4. So we need a call to the,
No, so you would be all the way down to 8 on the agenda.
correct, that's why I was reading out the numbers
Yeah,
that we're going to approve.
I don't think we're there already, are we?
We're at 3.
We're at 3. We're at 3.
Yeah.
So this is a motion to accept the agenda.
But normally you read and adjust what we do. That's fine. All right. Trustee Bancole.
Yes.
Trustee Priegi.
Yes.
Trustee Albuck.
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez.
Yes.
Trustee Porter.
Yes.
And Trustee Kunkel.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good. Presentations. Recognition of Police K-9 Echo.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for taking time to come out with us and gather today to pay tribute to and celebrate the career of our canine Echo. Echo has retired this past week after nearly 9 years of dedicated service to the police department. Echo came to us in April of 2016 and had completed his training program along with his handler, Officer Brian Wiebe, and in June of 2016 was activated for duty on the street in the patrol division. Echo's career, I can say, was very active, and it was filled with a wide variety of duties. He conducted countless vehicle searches, assisted with search warrants, discovered numerous weapons, narcotics, and contraband, and helped actually defuse a couple of attempted suicide by cop incidents that could have gone much worse had we not had Echo's services available. Echo was an outstanding tracking dog as well, helping to locate missing persons and find pieces of evidence. Police canines are a tremendous resource, and I want our residents and friends to understand how valuable they are and how fortunate we are for having the program here. Canines are invaluable in their officer safety function, first and foremost. They help protect our officers on the street and serve as a powerful psychological deterrent for those who might otherwise decide to choose violence. They can be deployed in search situations in place of sending an officer in. They have powerful bites if necessary and warranted by the situation. Well, I'm glad to say that's something that's used very infrequently. When it is used and has to be used, it tends to be very effective. Canines are also invaluable as a resource for the department's community relations function. Echo conducted many demonstrations and wowed crowds at Cops Day and other village events, and also filled in for similar events for our neighboring agencies who did not have a canine available or their canine was on vacation or otherwise tied up. Canines can be literal lifesavers in helping find individuals who have wandered off or run off, especially in unfavorable weather conditions. I'm proud to recognize Echo and Officer Wiebe and share with all of you and everyone listening that our community has enjoyed tremendous benefits from their work. To Officer Wiebe and his family, who I know is here with him today, we recognize being a canine officer and canine family is an enormous commitment. The canine becomes another member of your family and necessitates many sacrifices in order to ensure adequate training and care for the dog. It's a huge time commitment, and any canine officer will tell you they have to be ready for their phone to ring 24/7 and be able to respond when a department needs them the most. And I'm proud to say Officer Wiebe certainly has been, and we did call upon him, sometimes I'm sure at inopportune times, and he always responded and did a great job. I'm happy to say that Officer Wiebe and his family have formally adopted Echo, and he's going to spend the rest of his days in the same loving home where he's been for the past 9 years. And I'm also happy to say that our canine program will be continuing, and Officer Wiebe has again been selected to serve as the police department's canine officer, and he just recently began training this past week with our new dog, and so stand by for more information on that forthcoming shortly. So I want to thank you, Officer Wiebe and Echo, for your work. Much appreciated, and we look forward to our program continuing under your leadership moving forward. So we put together this framed shadow box, and I'll show everyone. It's got our department challenge coins in it, as well as a retired canine badge, some photos, some great photos over the years, as well as his leash, a couple of Echo's teeth, as well as his vest cover as well for Brian to take with him. So.
Very nice.
That's really sweet.
No.
Mayor, come to that one.
My belief system has encouraged this department to stay with the dog. I've seen big problems come to an end in a hurry when the dog shows up, more than once. You know, the mayor gets a call and says, yeah, we have this big problem. All of a sudden, the dog shows up, and everybody gets under control. So I think this is an excellent program. I'd love if we had 2 dogs, you know, I mean, it just brings things into balance right away. And certainly, I consider that a piece of the safety component for our officers on duty. So thank you for your dedication. And I know there's many here to support you that also have dogs. So what I'm going to do is I'll have the chief and I have a photo with you and the dog. Then I'd like anyone here that has a dog and is here to recognize and support the initiative to come up and get it in a photo all together. So you'll have that for your future. Thank you. Others that have a dog? Are you in the audience?
And all our officers too, come up.
Yeah, come on up. We support all.
Don't all run at the same time. Post it on Facebook. Poor Echo.
Can we compress a little bit?
Scooch in.
Double file.
Thank you all.
Nice dog. My dog's the same name, Echo, yeah, Echo, but it's spelled different, E-T-K-O. Yeah.
What crime is that?
That's the name of my dog too, but it's spelled different.
I know, right?
E-C-H-O, yeah. He said he named it after him.
You're gonna do this one, right? Yeah. And here's an extra one if there's something we get.
Is it working? Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Does this work? Oh, yes, it's working.
Yeah.
Is there anyone here from the Sikh community? Did anyone make it from the Sikh community? Okay, I have a proclamation recognizing the Sikh community, and I'll be sure to share that with them. I know they give me a late notification, so I'll set that aside.
Oh, you're not gonna read that? Okay, perfect.
No, they're not here.
Great.
Would you like to join me? Would you like to come up?
You want you to come up there?
Would you like to come up? A little proclamation for retiring trustee Bob Prigge, who has faithfully and honorably served the village of Hanover Park as a member of the village board from 2017 to 2025. And whereas during his tenure, trustee Prigge demonstrated an unwavering commitment to public service, contributing countless hours to meetings, committees, community events, and initiatives that have enhanced the quality of life for all residents. Whereas Trustee Prigge has been a strong advocate for responsible governance, transparency, and community engagement, always bringing thoughtful insight, integrity, and dedication to the board's deliberations and decisions. And whereas Trustee Prigge has also been dedicated to the community through organizations beyond the board, generously giving his time and leadership to organizations such as Boy Scouts and the Hanover Park Little League, helping to mentor and inspire local youth through his example of service, teamwork, and integrity. Whereas Trustee Prigge has earned the respect and appreciation of fellow board members, village staff, and residents alike for their professionalism, collaborative spirit, and genuine care for the community. Genuine care for the community. That's Bob. Now, therefore, I, Rodney S. Craig, Village President of Village of Hanover Park, do extend our heartfelt gratitude to Trustee Prigge for his outstanding service and lasting contributions to our community, and wish him the very best for continued success and happiness in the future. Bob, well done. Let's get a photo together. Bring your family up. Uh-oh, the Prigge way.
I know, we didn't steal it, it was
Well, even the dog's celebrating. All right, we got to move on.
Slide that way.
Oh, okay. He was only. Oh. Say what?
The world theater.
I was saying, do we want the friends? Do you want the friends to come up? Friends? He has a ton of friends. If anybody's here that came to celebrate Bob Prigge that has worked with him, come on up, we'll take a picture with you guys too. Appreciate you guys for coming. He's got a lot too.
Uh-oh, here we go.
There we go. Bunch of friends out there. Thank you guys all for coming.
All right, we got a bigger photo.
There we go.
About something.
Friends of Bob Prigge, the town is full. Very good. All right, we will recess and we'll share cake and coffee box. So,
Yeah. I always put that.
We're going to take a short recess at 7:19. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
I've taken all, probably 15 minutes. So,
Take a short recess for cake and coffee, and then I'll come back.
I was wondering,
So we wouldn't be coming back then. I don't know, I just figured it should.
We will resume in 2 minutes. Resume.
During your trustee speech? Seventy-seven is the municipal, yeah. Right.
Oh, okay, everybody's in their place. The recess is over and we are ready to resume. Do I need to take a roll call? Yeah. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Bancole?
Here.
Trustee Brigi? Trustee Albuck?
Here.
Trustee Porter?
Here.
Trustee Kunkel?
Here.
And Trustee Gutierrez?
Oh, she fell asleep.
Oh, there you go.
Very good. I ate Trustee Gutierrez donut. The town hall session?
We do. Mr. Tom Clark, can you come on up to the mic? Welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
You know the routine. You got 5 minutes, my friend.
Okay, we're live. I'm gonna go in impromptu mode tonight, not something I normally do, but Honorable Mayor, trustees, clerk and staff, I was going to suggest that agenda item 7A7, which concerns the pending grocery tax, be removed from the consent agenda. I'm pleased to see that it was already been done. So I'll just leave you with a couple of remarks. One is simply I just look forward to the discussion, and I really do hope that each one of you weighs in on it, giving your opinion, defense, and whatnot. And really, in the end, that's all I have. And I do thank you for your time. So this is about 3 sentences, and I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
After about 35
Tom,
meetings, Tom has
I'm
finally
interested during your, as a spokesperson from the public, do you want to state your opinion on this to?
We can do that during the agenda item.
Would you want to do it during the agenda item?
He
Okay.
can do it during the agenda item?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Very good. Village President's Report. This week in May, specifically May 3rd, kicking off the Move with the Mayor initiative. And I'm really pleased to say that Courtney and I are going to have an event at Kids at Hope Day, where every component of that we will be addressing and working, doing some kind of workout effort to support the mental health and physical activity component of the Move with the Mayor for the month of May. We'll take some video and we'll be a part of that initiative nationally. And I know a few years ago, Herb and I rode bicycles as a part of this component. I was struggling with my bike. Then I realized I forgot to put air in the tires. So it's always something. But anyway, we're looking forward to our Kids at Hope event on May 3rd. It's always a great event. Wonderful support from School District 54, who provides tables and chairs. The VFW will be there, working at a table with a little help so that children can write notes to the veterans who are overseas, because the VFW ships a little container with some homemade goods or whatever they put in there. And it's always appreciated when received. We get wonderful least the VFW gets wonderful letters back from those individuals who are overseas. And of course, if any of you know anyone overseas, those names can be shared with Chuck of the VFW. So with that, I would like just to take a moment to say thank you to Trustee Bob Prigge for his many years of service to Hanover Park, and to congratulate the new and elected village trustees who are being sworn in at our next meeting on May 1st at the village board meeting. I'm honored once again to serve another term as the mayor of the village of Hanover Park, my 6th term. Unbelievable. We're all proud to serve as your village board and to work for you, the residents of Hanover Park, the good people of our hometown. So with that, I'm next on the agenda. Move to approve the omnibus vote items on the consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second.
Those items are 7A1, 7A3, 7A5, and 7A6.
Very good.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi? Yes. Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
yes,
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
And Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Thank you.
Very good. 782, move to approve the proposal from Alpha Building Maintenance for contractual cleaning in the amount of $70,930.80 and authorize the village manager to execute the necessary documents. Any questions?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Let me start over. So what's before us is approving year 2 of a 3-year contract for Alpha Building Maintenance. And when we initially re-upped this contract last year, the board voted to approve the contract, and we did so while also waiving competitive bidding. However, when we were discussing this specific contract, we were hoping to get updated information as it relates to business licenses, certification, things of that nature. And so it's a question that was raised the first time that we had this contract before us. And so now that we're into year 2, I raised the question just to review the business license and certifications and things of that nature. And from talking with the mayor, I understand that it's not something that we always require for our bids. But given that it's something that, given that we did waive competitive bidding, and it's something that we were not able to, well, let me back up. Given that we waived competitive bidding and that the information that was provided to the board the last time around did include documents that had expired or reached their expiration date, I'm just looking for up-to-date, certifications that the board can review. From what I understand, that documentation is coming next week. And so my recommendation is to pull this item off the agenda and then have it ready for our next board meeting, because by that time, the Alpha Building Maintenance would have already provided their business license and certifications and all that good stuff in 2 weeks' time.
Okay.
So,
Anyone else on the board?
Yeah.
Is it something that we could consider approving tonight, contingent on receiving what's missing right now? Would that be an acceptable alternative?
Are we asking the board, or?
Yeah, I'm kind of asking.
Oh,
Is there a urgency contingent to this where we'd have to do it that way rather than, as Trustee Bancole has recommended, just waiting until those things are in and then making the appropriate decision and taking the vote?
It's for contractual cleaning. I don't know if cleaning will stop.
It's cleaning all of our buildings. It's the second year of a 3-year contract.
Will they continue working until we approve it?
I mean, we have 2 weeks until the board, I don't think that this, expires until June 1st.
I believe it expires April 30, but I don't suspect it'll be a problem.
So our board meeting is first.
May 1st?
So I'm assuming they won't not clean on the first, but our contract ends on April 30th.
What's the will of the board?
So, and I would just ask, do we have a clear understanding of what trustee Bancole is looking for, TJ?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking TJ if he has a clear understanding of what trustee Bancole is looking for, from, that wasn't provided in the packet.
I think what you're looking for is a copy of their business license with the Village or City of Bridgeview, correct?
Correct. They also provided a couple certifications, a couple cleaning certifications the last time around that unfortunately had expired. And so if they're able to just provide those certifications again, if they've re-upped that training,
Okay.
that would be that would be helpful as well.
Okay.
But I guess I'm just want to make sure that if we're moving forward with the second year of the contract, that the business that we're working with has all their ducks in a row, right? Because if not, then that's a risk that the village takes on.
Sure, in this case, their business license isn't something, they I would say accidentally, sorry, go ahead.
So trustee Bancole has asked for some documents that aren't normally requested for contracts, so it's up to the board to make a decision as to whether you want to continue this and table it until the next meeting or a future meeting. Just know that the contract ends on April 30th.
I'm sorry, is someone speaking right now?
Lisa can't hear, you gotta talk to me.
Can you talk louder?
No, I can't hear a thing.
I don't know why. She said she can't hear me.
We'll try
So-
talking louder. So I see it as
So
two,
I guess what I'm saying is I don't know from this company because we called today and asked that we'll have it in 2 weeks. I don't,
well,
so,
let me ask
So-
this, if I may.
So, yeah, go ahead, Mayor.
They've been working with us in this form for a year. Are we satisfied with the work?
yes, we're satisfied with the work, but I believe they were a contractor before that.
I don't believe on the immediate previous contract, but I
They
believe
had-
contracts previous to that.
Do you have okay.
Okay, so they've been working with us in a satisfactory condition for a year.
Who is it?
I'm thinking we can approve it, providing they provide us what's missing, so we don't have a break in
They had
service.
been the previous contractor for the 3 years prior to hiring them. So we've had them cleaning for us for 4 years.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And you said that their contract ends when?
April 30th.
And when is our next meeting? May 1st.
May 1st.
Okay. Okay, so I definitely don't want us to be in a position where we aren't having our buildings clean. But I think moving forward, I would want to make sure that if we are waiving competitive bidding for a business, that they are able to provide us with documents that have not expired. I think that that's pretty normal. So I understand that with these bid packets, right, there's information that we need, there's supplementary information. But I think that if you want to do business with the Village of Hanover Park, and you're a registered business in the state of Illinois, and we just ask you to provide a copy of your business license, I think that's pretty fair. I think that's pretty normal. So I agree with the mayor. I'm definitely okay with moving forward with voting on this today, but I would hope that in the future that we get all the documentation that we need, especially if we are waiving competitive bidding.
Pardon us.
Point of clarification, I have the agenda item. I'm not trying to be, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. We did not waive competitive bidding. We had 4 bids, one from Alpha Building Maintenance, one from Multi-Systems Management Company, one from Unimax Management Corporation, one from All Clean Services. This bidder was the low bidder at $69,540.
Okay.
And that was on April 18th, 2024.
Okay, so
When we,
do I
I'm
understand?
sorry,
Okay, maybe,
Oh, Lisa, go ahead.
when we're bidding these people, wasn't it in the packet, the forms that they needed to have?
So what happened,
That they,
I'm sorry, go ahead. So
no, go ahead.
So when we did the bid, they included in their bid packet some additional information that was not required. So a copy of their business license, some certificates for, cleaning and stuff like that. So when we sent the low bidder to the board for approval last year, we included all the documents that they provided. There were some that were expired, so we went through the process to get the updated ones, and we received that. We did not go back in year 2 and say, can we have a copy of the business license and the certificates and stuff like that? We just didn't go through that exercise. It was not something that we require for them to provide. And so then today, we received the request for those documents. We made a call, but we're unable to get those documents for tonight for you, per your request.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess what I'm just trying to say is whether or not it's required, if you're a business that wants to work with Hanover Park, why are you sending us expired documents? Why
But
are
they,
you sending us?
but they didn't send expired documents this year. They didn't send us anything this year.
Right, but what I initially stated with is, in 2024, and actually I did find it, it says motion to waive competitive bidding and approve a 3-year contract with Alpha Bidding. This was April 18th of 2024, so I didn't misspeak. We did waive this a year ago. I guess what I'm just trying to say is that whether or not it's required, we just want to ensure that the businesses that we're working with just have all the proper documentation, all the ducks in the row, so that we just aren't at risk of anything. That's what I'm just trying to say. So I guess we can, move forward, and I hope maybe Trustee Gutierrez's questions were answered.
I think approving this, and TJ, let us know when you get the document so we can move on. I'm sure they have it, just,
I just pulled it up.
why wait 2 weeks?
So the only thing is, I can't guarantee we're going to get the documents that you're looking for, because we didn't get confirmation from the company today that we would get that.
So I was under the assumption that we would get it next week.
I'm not sure where that was from.
We're asking for it. I suspect we'll get it promptly, but I can't tell you that they're going to have it to us on Tuesday.
No, that's fine, but hopefully before their contracts end, so that's within the next few weeks, right? I think if you're a business, and you should be able to provide your business license, right? And it's what they've provided us in the past, albeit it was expired, and I'm just hoping that they provide us with non-expired documents. That's all.
It's the will of the board.
Nobody called the question, but let's,
Yeah, let's move forward.
oh, we did? Oh,
Well, we
okay.
didn't, but let's, can I take the roll, sir?
Yes, please.
Great. All right, Trustee Prigi? Yes. Trustee Alba?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes,
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Thank you, motion passed.
Thank you. Good discussion. 784, move to approve the waiver of up to $60,000 in water-related fees to fill the Hanover Park District Safari Springs Aquatic Center pool for the summer of 2025. In the event the facility closes early, no additional water-related fees will be waived beyond the closing date. Anyone here from the Park District? Okay, we pulled this from the agenda, right?
Yes.
We have questions?
Yes, I do.
Harvey?
I do.
Oh. I need
I'm
a
just
motion.
worried about the,
Can I get a
Yeah.
motion?
Need a motion?
I need a motion in a second.
motion,
Thank you, Gutierrez.
Second?
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, discussion?
okay. I'm worried about the shoddy maintenance that's going on with the pool, and
Touch
also,
your mic, 'cause it's always a good-
I'm
Thank you.
sorry, the shoddy maintenance going on at the pool, the patching up of the bottom of the pool was supposed to be redone last year, and it's still not done, for this year. And, it was closed a lot last year because they're having problems with their maintenance of the pool. And a lot of residents have complained about it wasn't open on the scheduled days that it's usually open. So, I mean, you have a lot of residents or kids or whatever that went to the pool, got turned away because it wasn't open. They don't have enough lifeguards, or they didn't have enough lifeguards, I don't know if they do now, but that's just what I'm concerned about here. With us approving a 60,000 of water, I mean, who's to say it's, you know, the maintenance and stuff like that of the pool is not going to exceed 60,000?
There's no one here from the Park District to respond. Any other board members have any comments?
Yeah, this is Lisa Gutierrez. I have the
Christie?
same concerns.
Oh, Lisa, go ahead.
This, this is Lisa. So we were also told that the kids were turned away because of the maintenance. And I know that they levied taxes for some improvements. I have not seen a plan. I have not seen anything in the works. So I'm a little bit concerned about how one taxing body is asking another one for this. And I recall in the past it wasn't 60,000. Is this because of our water main changes?
Go ahead. Here.
Last year, we approved 64,000 even, but they only used like 43. So
Okay.
that amount is not actually what we're gonna give them. So it's just based on May 1st up to August 31st when they pump the water on the pool. And then after that, then they end up gonna pay the rest of it. So they shouldn't exceed to 60,000. If they do, then they will pay the rest.
Okay, thank you.
Remy,
Christie, you had a,
No.
can I ask a question?
oh,
Remy, was that 43,000 as a result of how much the pool was closed last year, not using as much water?
The 43,000 is based on the consumption of water. They
got
pump like 3 million gallons of water in
So if they were to
2023.
stay open the entire season this year, is it likely they would exceed 60,000?
Yes.
Well, so it's my understanding, I'm not an expert in pools, but that they fill it, but then over the course of the season, they have to add more water from evaporation or splashing and stuff. So that resulted in $45,000 worth of usage.
Do we know, and to Trustee Kunkel's point, do any of us know of the current state of affairs as it relates to the repairs that need to get done, or?
So Mayor and I walked through the pool with Steve Bissett last September, I think it was, and asked about the bottom of the pool specifically because it was all torn up and almost down to concrete. And they said that it was too expensive to fix it, so they were gonna patch it. I haven't been over there yet. I do come from pool maintenance. The pool is scheduled to be filled in May. I'm not sure if it's May 1st. They won't open it until about June 6th or 8th that weekend, and then they close it mid-August as soon as all the staff goes back to school usually. And that's kind of how most outdoor pools work. I do agree with John's points about not being open a lot of maintenance issues, specifically weeds, dirty locker rooms Mayor and I talked about, food concessions not being open, things like that. So there were a lot of concerns last year, yeah.
And so they open the pool the first weekend of June?
Yep.
But they need to start filling it by
Yeah.
beginning of May?
Yeah, to
Yep,
warm it
yeah.
and get the chemicals correct.
Chemical.
So it is accurate, yeah. Takes about a month for that large.
Do we think we could ask them for maybe an update as to what?
can we table this to invite the Park District to come and
Yeah.
respond to the board's questions?
I'll second that motion.
I did.
Okay, all that, okay, thank you.
Thank-
We're gonna vote on the,
Kunkel,
okay, we got a motion and a second to table till May 1st.
first. Trustee Alba?
Yep.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes,
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes,
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And Trustee Prigi? Thank you.
Very good. 7A7, motion to pass an ordinance amending,
No, still 7A7.
Oh, that's right.
You're right.
You're right.
the attorney's pulling things off the agenda. 7A7, motion to pass an ordinance amending Chapter 94, taxation of municipal code of the Village of Hanover Park by adding thereto a new Article 16, municipal grocery retailers occupational tax and municipal grocery service occupational tax. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second, and discussion. I just want to say at the beginning that this is not a tax increase. This is a sustainment of, that was offered by the governor for those municipalities that wanted to not lose, in our case, 500,000 to 700,000 a year and a year thereafter. So there's a lot of impacts locally, and I'm very much an active supporter to continue sustainment of our dollars that we receive on the grocery front. Others? Comment? Anyone?
I definitely have some comments, Mayor.
Go ahead.
I understand your words about how the governor has passed the buck to our level. I'm reading that. I understand that this is a sustained tax from another previous piece of legislation. However, in light of the current disruption, chaos, uncertainty in America, and the fact that tariffs will produce inflationary pressure, supply chain disruptions like the pandemic did, and there's significant job losses to federal workers and state workers, not just in our community, but all around. The ending of Head Start and free and reduced lunches for public schools, where many of our residents' children get 2 out of their 3 meals on school days. I just can't find it within myself to not take the opportunity to ease the pressure slightly. And my bar napkin math goes something like this would save our average family $100 to $200 a year on groceries. And to some of us, that may not sound like very much money. But to those people who are going to have difficulty getting food into kids' mouths, I think it will be a lot of money. And I know that National Command Authority has said that empathy is weakness. I have a different opinion about that. I feel like leadership is best demonstrated by those who can lead with love, even though it's at the risk of one's heart. I completely am committed to supporting the staff in all of their recommendations so far, but not on this one. So, to give one back after wanting to stop supporting this one, I would hope that as we continue to focus on the comprehensive plan, we can add a category about trying to relieve the pressure on our residents as we go into this period of disruption. And I will do what it takes to work with staff to try and figure out ways to plug the gap that this might create. I would like to prioritize things that may need to be delayed, or if there are things that need to be cut, or maintenance that needs to be, I don't know, performed by us. If my time and effort can help in offsetting loss from not reinstating the grocery tax, then I'm willing to commit my time and sweat to support filling that hole personally. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Anyone else? Herb?
Thank you, Troy. That was very passionate and eloquent conversation and discussion on that. I, upon looking at this, was of the opinion that we needed, my first impression was that we needed to have an opportunity to workshop and to look at this and to think about how we can manage this moving forward to gauge the impact that it would have on our community. I didn't understand, and I still don't understand the necessity for the urgency attached to this ordinance when we have until October to render a decision and have it valid. And I know we go through our budget process, but we don't even begin in earnest our budget process until June and July. So certainly we have meetings between now and then when we can, begin to have this discussion. This thing does not have to, in my opinion, be decided now when there are differences. Obviously, there are differences of opinion on this board, and I would like to have an opportunity to hear all of the objections, all of the confirmations of it, to hear those arguments on both sides, and then make an informed decision based on that. I've never been comfortable with having ordinances or items brought to us with the urgency, and that tends to be a regular thing that happens with this board, is that items come to us and we need to vote immediately, without consideration. And again, I'm just not ever been comfortable with that. So I appreciate what the mayor has said about the impact of the tax on our budget, but I also appreciate what my colleague has said about governing with love and providing an opportunity of some relief in view of our current economic situation. So I just want to put that out there, and if there's a way that we can have further discussion on this, I would be more comfortable in voting on this ordinance.
Anyone else?
So one of our residents asked if we could all share our thoughts on this, so I always want to honor our residents' request. I share many of Trustee Albuck's sentiments and concerns. I understand that it is a tax that will be maintained, so it's not an increase. However, the threat of tariffs is very real. It's volatile, and I really try hard to use like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs when trying to make decisions. So it's food, shelter, water, and sleep. And I just don't think that those are things that when we're thinking about someone's well-being, those are the things that we should do. Those are the things that we should try to make sure that our residents obtain. And so I don't believe that I will be able to support this budget this time.
Okay. Anyone else?
Tom, you had come up during our session. Would you like to address?
Just a couple of things further. And first of all, Council, since this is an agenda item specific, do I need to be sworn in or
No.
anything? Okay.
You do not.
I do not. Okay, very good. Well, once again, Honorable Mayor, trustees, clerk, and staff, a couple of things that I've noticed in just hearing this discussion. First, a fun fact, I've looked at the numbers and all that, and I think I live in a house with, empty nesters, just my wife and myself. The cost of continuing this tax will be about 1/2 week of groceries per year, so 4 days worth of groceries, I would say. But the other thing, and I was trying to read through the proposed ordinance, is that we don't know what the tariffs are going to do. Right now, it looks pretty bad. Maybe it might get better in a year, it might get worse. We don't know. And if one is not in here already, is it possible in this particular, if you decide to pass it now or later in the year, could you, for instance, and you can't answer this tonight, I'm just going to throw it out there, but could you put a sunset clause in this ordinance where at least it gets reviewed on a yearly basis, 2 years, 5 years, whatever, so it doesn't live in this thing forever and it not get reviewed? If the economic times get better, revenue increases into the village, you won't need it. So it's, granted, it's a tough thing. You could probably tell me to take a position to argue for it or against it, and I could probably come up with something that would be pretty convincing. But I will say that the optics are rough on this one. And you might want to think about some sort of a sunset clause so that it just doesn't sit there for years on end. And maybe in time, there'll be a workaround financially where the 500,000 can be achieved some other way. So that's all I had to say, unless someone has questions for me. I don't think you do.
No,
Thanks very
Tom.
much. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Tom.
Did Lisa have a comment? Lisa?
Hi, yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so Trustee Porter brought something up very important that I agree about is that we seem to always have these knee-jerk reactions to pass something right away. And we, in the discussion with the mayor, I recall we talked about making sure that our residents knew about this, and that if it were to pass, it would just be, you'll still continue to pay. But I think the answer here is time, and if we can, to Trustee Porter's wisdom, if we can just take time to look at this a little bit closer before we have a knee-jerk reaction, before October gets here, I would feel more comfortable.
Okay. I think did you have a comment, Bob?
I agree that we should do it.
So it seems, moving this up to this meeting, it was my impression, talking to individual board members that had the history of our past year and the budget, all the things on the table that this community expects. We add money to road projects so we can get that moving along. This would certainly curtail some of that. I'm the one that gets the phone calls. I would say, I originally agreed with Herb Porter, let's have an agenda workshop and try to milk this thing through. Maybe I'm moving too fast on it. I always say, the faster you go, the further behind you get. I thought this board had the history, but I'm more than satisfied to move to a workshop. If we can have a special evening just for that one agenda item, or if you want to have a workshop prior to the May 1st meeting. I think we're swearing a new board in. Is it possible this board could agree to something a week from now? Because I would move to continue to say. Can we do the second?
I would not have I would suggest doing it before a regular board meeting.
Okay. So, okay. Herb, I'm going to agree with you again.
Okay. Well, then I would motion that we move this agenda item, pull it off of the agenda, workshop it prior to a future board meeting to be determined, and then bring it back to the dais for a vote.
Okay.
I'll
I
second that
second
motion.
that.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on
I just remind everyone that May 1st, we already had swearing in before our regular meeting.
It won't be May 1st.
we can have the workshop. Okay. Take a vote.
Trustee Prigi?
No.
No. No. Move it to a different.
Oh, yes.
Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
And Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that is tabled to a date certain?
No,
Uncertain.
Huh?
no, so.
To be
My
determined.
understanding is that you'll arrange to have a workshop in the future.
Most likely going to be June.
Perfect.
Most likely when?
June.
Oh, okay. All righty, moving on. Move to approve warrant 4/17/2025 in the amount of $386,194.
68,000.
$368,000.
$368,194.63. We have a motion
Motion.
and a second.
Second.
Very good. Any questions, discussion? Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Albuck?
Yes.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
And Trustee Prigi?
Yes. Very good. 789, move to approve warrant paid in advance, 3/28/2025 through 4/10/2025, in the amount of $707,736.80.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Christie, call the roll.
Trustee Gutierrez?
Yes.
Trustee Porter?
Yes.
Trustee Kunkel?
Yes.
Trustee Bancole?
Yes.
Trustee Prigi?
Yes.
And Trustee Albuck?
Thank you.
Yes.
Village Manager's Report, Juliana.
I don't have anything specific. There's the monthly treasurer's report from March and the fourth quarter financial report from 2024 has been included in your packet.
Okay. Any questions for Juliana? Did you speak to the fourth quarter financial report?
It's in the packet.
Oh.
We've done the monthly treasurer's reports throughout. If you have any questions, Remy or I would be happy to answer your questions now or at a later date if you haven't had a chance to look at it in depth.
Very good. Village Clerk's Report, Christie.
Just real quick, thank you to Courtney for the dog extravaganza. It was an awesome event. Again, beautiful weather. Thank you for bringing that. Thank you to Public Works and everybody that helped Special Events Committee. Over 65 dogs came. It was super fun. Starbucks, it was awesome. So thank you, thank you. And just to touch on again, Mayor said the Health and Resource Fair at the Hanover Park District, Kids at Hope Day, on Saturday, May 3rd from 10 to 1. Come join us.
Please come and join us.
Yeah.
And Corporation Council Report.
No report, thank you.
Thank you. Trustee reports, Trustee Kunkel.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I don't know if everybody's familiar with it, but the Text 911, the Next Generation 911, is now in DuPage County as well as in Cook County already. We had the money 20 years ago, but it was moved to the general fund down in Springfield, and we're just catching up to the rest of the country. Hopefully, everybody has a good Friday and a good Easter coming up. Now, let's see, I can't read my writing. Something about now that winter's over, construction season is starting. So you're gonna see a lot of the orange cones and all that. Please be careful around there. Veterans Day, we're all set for Veterans Day. Juneteenth, we're still working, we have a meeting tomorrow, I believe, to finish the final prep for Juneteenth. And this last 2 weeks, I've been to 5 funerals. 4 of them, I didn't know the person that was buried there. I went there as a flag bearer. And the POC, they could use jackets, gloves, and scarves. So while you're putting your stuff away this construction season, please consider donation to the POC. That's all I have.
Thank you. Turn the page. Trustee Bancole.
Thank you, Mayor. First, want to start by thanking my seatmate, Trustee Prigi. It's been an honor to work with you, an honor to get to know you. Thank you for your commitment to our village. We're going to miss you. But thank you. Just want to thank you. A couple weeks ago, I was able to attend a meeting with the International Council of Shopping Centers. So it's an association that advocates on behalf of retail real estate, shopping centers, and similar to the discussion that we had tonight as it relates to tariffs and what that might mean for a grocery tax. This is an association that's also concerned because the increase of tariffs might mean the demise of certain businesses within shopping centers, which would then have a domino effect on shopping centers. And I remember when we were going through the process of our Hanover Square and how much work goes into that whole process. So I found the discussion to be very pertinent and also very enlightening. Last week, I was also able to attend the Development Commission's meeting where the majority of the meeting was talked about a new housing development, that proposal that's come before us on the corner of Barrington and Lake. It's exciting. It's an interesting development. It would include studios, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. We have such a need for housing, so it would, help to meet that need. But I just want to give a sincere thanks to our Development Commission because they asked some really, really good questions. And as I was sitting there listening to them, they asked every single question that we as a board would ask as it relates to a new housing project. And so I'm just really, really thankful for their leadership and their continual civic engagement. And then earlier this evening, myself, Trustee Albuck, Mayor Craig were able to attend State Representative Michelle Mussman's town hall, which happened in our police department. A special thank you to Chief Johnson, who was able to stop by and talk a little bit about how we address crime-free housing within the village. But I just want to say this. State Representative Michelle Mussman is, I believe, the only state legislator that holds town halls in Hanover Park. She is a huge supporter of the village, and she works really hard to advocate for our interests in Springfield. And so I really hope that when she has another board meeting, which I believe it's in June, that we are able to have more resident participation because she was able to answer just a wide variety able to speak upon a wide variety of subject matter during that town hall, and I found it to be very informative. And last but not least, our environmental committee has been able to finalize all of our plans for our upcoming Arbor Day tree celebration. It will be happening next Thursday, April 24th at 10 a.m. at Hanover Highlands Elementary, where we will be honoring our former village clerk, Ada Corral Sepulveda, for her many years of service to the village. For many years, she actually planned the Arbor Day event, and I think it's also really special because her daughter goes to Hanover Highlands, and she's going to see her mom be honored, and we're really excited for that. And then the following day, I will just mention that the mayor has taken initiative to honor a teacher who unfortunately passed away at Einstein Elementary, and so we will be doing a tree planting in her honor as well. And I want to thank the mayor for overseeing that initiative as well. And my report concludes there. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Prigi?
Well, this is the last time. We've got a lot of
a lot of good things in the, from the time where I saw everybody over here, the new fire station, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here in town, and we were to go to the Lions meeting and stuff. And I mentioned it before, we need more people in the line. And we can't do it all. But you'll be seeing me around, and I'm just proud of everything we've done when I was there. That's all I got to say.
Thank you, Bob, and appreciate your time serving the people here. Thank you very much. It's nice to see friends here, work with you on a regular basis. Come tonight for your cake, coffee, and street sign, Priggy Way. Love it. Thank you. Where am I? Trustee Olbeck?
Yes, Mayor. I'd like to echo the comments of Trustee Bancole about the Development Committee. Attending their meeting was eye-opening. Their attention to detail in reviewing the plan for the development, potentially coming into Lake Street and Barrington Road. What I was impressed with the most about their questions was that their questions were from the perspective of a resident, even not necessarily their perspective, but from a resident in that area. Even to the degree of, is there sufficient space to walk their pets and take them out from that facility? What side of the facility the sidewalk should be on, and how that would look from the street, how that would flow into the train station. I really was appreciative of that board and its dedication and thoughtfulness in reviewing that development. And I think they've pushed it down for more research as well. So there's more to follow on that, but I was really impressed with that board and their professionalism. My next comment is about the Lee tree in my cul-de-sac. As you remember the last meeting, Mr. Jeremiah Lee came in to discuss how a tree that needed trimming ended up needing removal, and the impact of that on him, his family, and our community in Durham Court. And I'd like to report that the stump has been ground out, and the team that came out from Public Works, Mike and Tom, they were fantastic. They even did, they went the extra mile in leaving some of the dirt and wood chips for them to use for yard and garden improvements in their yard. They even filled a couple of gopher holes in their front yard and threw some grass seed down, which is really the extra mile. And I kind of illustrate this point, and I'm talking about it because I want that to be an example of how we communicate with our residents. I think the ongoing communication operations between the village and the residents is really important, even though it doesn't necessarily result in definite bottom line adjustments to the budget. I think it's really important for our residents to have communication from us, from the village, the board, the mayor, the staff. I was able to go back over to the Lees while the stump was being ground out, and they seemed to be in a much better state of mind. Their kids brought out their own construction equipment toys and got to, use them on the pile of dirt. So it just made it so much better, even though there's this massive hole in our cul-de-sac where that tree used to be. It's filled in a lot by the good communication from the village to that family. So again, thank you, Public Works. TJ, if you could pass that on to those guys. I was really impressed with the great job they did. The last thing I'd like to mention is, again, something that being in this position has allowed me to participate in by way of Rolling Thunder and lots of other veteran organizations in Illinois. We were able to return Ranger Private First Class Robert Bryant to his family last week in Bloomington, Normal, Illinois. So the remains came back from his last patrol, which was in Operation Avalanche, vicinity of Salerno, Italy, in 1943. He was listed as an MIA since that point. Participating in the convoy to bring Ranger Bryant back to his family, and the memorial service at the Park Cemetery in Bloomington was one of the greatest honors of my life. Members of the current 75th Ranger Regiment were on hand, as well as former the Rangers, and we were able together to recite the Ranger Creed, conduct a firing memorial of 21-gun salute. There were reenactors from World War II. There was family who were all simply overwhelmed at how many people had come to participate in that. And I did my best to relate to that family that it was our honor to be able to be available for that event. So, again, thank you for this opportunity to be involved in these community and local situations all around the state, because it's important to me to support those kinds of things. That's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Trustee Lisa Gutierrez.
Yes, I'll be brief. I just want to wish Bob Prigge a happy retirement. It's been a lot of fun getting to know you these past few years on our rides back home. And if you need anything, just reach out. That's the end of my report.
Thank you, Trustee. Trustee Porter?
Thank you. First of all, I want to recognize my colleague Bob Prigge for your service on this board. It's been a pleasure to serve with you, and I wish you well on the next chapter of your life and whatever adventures it takes you on. May you have much success and happiness. Enjoy your family. You have a beautiful family, and you're blessed, and that's the biggest blessing of all, is to have family. And I think it was represented by the amount of friends that showed up to show how much they cared for you.
I don't even know how to be
Hey, man, you're a blessed man. You're a blessed man. Let me just say that. You're a very blessed man. I also want to advance to the Development Committee. We've been having meetings, and maybe you've heard about them, for the Stand By Me Heroes Veterans Center that is being discussed informally at 7465 Jensen at the former Al Huda Academy. And at this time, I'd like to advance it to our Development Committee so that they can review it and get back to us with their recommendations. I share the comments that have been expressed by my colleagues about the excellent job that you do in looking at these proposals, looking at these projects, and then coming back and making very concise and astute recommendations to this board. So I have a set of plans here that I've been given, and I will get them in the hands of Shubrook so that you can put it on as an agenda item for the Development Committee when it's suitable, and we'll follow whatever the process is to do that. I'm sure this isn't it, but you know, we'll follow the process to get that on to an agenda item for the Development Committee. But we had a very informative meeting yesterday with Danita Childress, who is the president, CEO of the Cook County Housing Authority, and we discussed the project. Cook County Housing Authority of Cook County, HAC, is very interested in being a part of this. They have made an informal commitment to making their voucher program available to potential residents for this property. But there's a lot of groundwork that needs to be done, and I'm going to stay in my lane and let the Development Committee handle that portion of it, and then when it's appropriate, bring it to the board so we can have further discussion. I think it would be a wonderful addition to our Hanover Park residency availabilities that we have as we serve our veterans and make this available. We have Chappie, who's here, who represents our veteran community and is very passionate about that and has swayed me with his passion. Though I'm not a veteran, I share his concern for our veteran community and that those who have served, they deserve the best from us as we move forward. And any way that I can be a part of that, I'm committed to doing that, Chappie. Thank you. Troy was also on that call. Thank you, Troy, for your involvement and your participation.
I would like to hear from the village attorney as to the process. I don't believe that one trustee can, no, with all due respect, direct something to go to the Development Commission. We have a process, and I think it would be important for everyone to hear what the process is.
I didn't take it that he was directing anything, just that he was making comments concerning is that correct? The
Yes.
project that
Yes.
he's discussing. And obviously, the village has whatever rules it has concerning what does go to the Development Commission, what doesn't, how the applications are handled and all that other stuff.
Right.
So, but I didn't understand that he was directing anything to go anywhere other than saying that, you know, he would like the Development Commission at some future date, whenever it's appropriate, whenever that may be.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's my take on it.
So, okay, there's an application process and all of that to get onto the Development Commission's agenda. So I just have not
Sure.
seen any of
And
that.
because there hasn't been any. And so I
Okay.
will have Chappie and those that are heading this project contact Shubra and begin doing the proper paperwork and following the process. I'm just reporting on the meeting that we had and our intention to want to see this project at least get to that stage of consideration. So Chappie, if you can contact Shubra Govine, our development director, and then she can fill you in on the next steps in the procedure to get that done.
And whatever those steps are, I'd like to be a part of that tracking process, because I think it's important to the work that we're doing, so,
Okay.
without objection of the board.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got to work together on this stuff.
I want to mention that Alignment for Collaborative Education is having their Career and Technical Education Fair at the ECC Event Center on April 24th from 8 o'clock in the morning until 1:30 in the afternoon. This is held for our high school seniors in the area, where they come and we have exhibitors. Last time, I think we had over 100 exhibitors that come out, and they provide guidance and assistance to our seniors in terms of career paths and what's available. It's been a very successful program that we've operated now. I think this is maybe the 5th year that we've had this fair. I may be wrong on that, but I think it's at least the 5th year. And again, it's April 24th at the Elgin Community College Event Center. And I would encourage anyone who has juniors or seniors in high school to take your kids out. If they're still trying to make the decision whether to go the traditional path of college or whether they're looking for a career path, this will give them important information to make those vital decisions, because we just want to make sure that our children are aware of all of the options that are available. And
Herb, is that just U46 or is 300 involved in that?
300's involved in that as well.
Okay.
Yes,
I've been there last couple of years.
yes.
I was really pleased to see the fire department out there
Yeah.
putting on their initiative and the work that they do with those youth. I thought it was outstanding, and we should continue that process. Thanks, Chief.
Yeah, we have a very good relationship with Alignment. They're one of our grantees every year, and I think that for what they give back to the community, it's money well spent by the village in what we give to Alignment. I want to wish everyone a very happy Easter and Passover, as we're in the Passover season. So want to a very solemn Passover and a very joyous Easter as we go into this very sacred and holy season, which I think it's important because when we look at what's going on in the world around us, particularly here in the United States, some of the attacks on some of our liberties, the things that are happening that are going to have impact and are having impact, as Trustee Albeck alluded to earlier. These decisions are affecting our families, and they're going to continue to have impact. And I think that moving forward, the decisions that we make as a municipality, we have to take into consideration the environment that we're operating in now. These are not normal times that we find ourselves in. Funds are being threatened. I was recently at the CETA board meeting where we are really concerned about the future of LIHEAP. We're concerned about the future of the SNAP program. We're concerned about all of these type of programs that have been the pride of America in that they formed a safety net for our most deserving residents, and now they're being taken away. Head Start is being threatened. It's been taken away. The Board of Education is being threatened to be dismantled and taken away. And when these things happen, you know, we as local officials need to have a plan as to how we're going to operate and how we're going to continue to provide vital services for our residents when the federal government fails us or refuses to provide critical funding that is needed for these. I don't know how this is going to affect grants that we may be waiting on as it applies to some of our capital projects. If any of them are tied to federal monies and federal grants, those could also be in jeopardy. So, you know, there's a lot on the line here, and I think that we can't be myopic in how we look at this, but we've got to have a very broad view, a very forward-looking view, and not to install fear in anyone, but to be ready. We must be prepared, and we have to be ready. And so I encourage staff and my colleagues on the board to approach all of our decisions with that thought in mind. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I do know from Congressman Krishnamurthy that our SDP is on hold. The dollars for that, I think it was about 900,000.
800.
So those are the kind of things we're going through now. So we got to move forward with our eyes wide open. And with that, I have a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.